Good morning. Welcome to the Friday morning show. We got a little Beyonce to get us started today. I hope you can hear it. I hope you're dancing. All right, my loves, welcome to the Friday morning show with your host, Miss Deanna Deacon. You're here at Deanna Deacon Coaching. I'm so happy that you're here joining me for this morning's edition. So, today we are talking about intentional shopping and building a wardrobe of clothing that's a high vibe wardrobe. So a high vibrational wardrobe, okay? This concept came to me about 1.5 years ago when I opened my closet doors and looked at everything that I had, which was a lot, and was like, no, I don't like it. I don't want it. It's not me. It doesn't make me feel good. And then I also have a dresser. So I pulled out a drawer and I looked at all these shirts that I had and I was like, no, I feel like these shirts represent me like 5 years ago. And I feel like I'm a different person now. And this clothing is not working for me. But I had all this clothing, so I was like, well, what am I going to do with this? I can't just keep buying new things and keep filling up my closet, and I don't know how to represent who I am and how I feel with the clothing that I have. So that's what we're talking about this morning. I'm going to give you 3 incredible tips on how you can start shifting the way you feel with your wardrobe and how it reflects who you are. Okay? Are you guys ready for that? Hi, Nikki. Yeah, TGIF. I actually have been like, is it Friday yet? I really want to do the morning show. So this has become a very exciting part of my week, and I'm so happy that you're here with me. If you are watching the replay, type in #replay. Let me know that you're here, and let's have some conversation about some shopping. Now, before I dive into those 3 things, there's 2 things that I need you to know. 1, I just completed what feels like the most incredible training possible in the Empowered Woman Collective. This is an open group on Facebook, Empowered Woman Collective. Nikki, I know you're in there. If you're not already in the collective, I want you to head on over there, join the collective, and participate in the Conscious Relationships training. I just finished up 2 nights ago. There's 3 different days, 3 different videos, tons of content. It was so much fun to do. We had a great time together. You can go in and check out everybody's videos they posted, everyone's posts about what they took away from the training. I highly recommend it. Empowered Woman Collective, look for the Conscious Relationships training, okay? Now the second thing, before we dive into today's exciting ideas, do you know about the Empowered Woman Conference? It's happening November 1st to 3rd, 2019, this year, in like a month and a half at Sun Peaks, BC. Sun Peaks is, if you haven't been there, it's like this little mini Whistler with a super beautiful high vibrational experience when you're there. It's not as busy as Whistler, it's not as big, it's not as like going on. It's so much more grounded. It's so much more special. And I'm so excited to be able to deliver this conference there. It's actually the first place that I ever did an actual speaking gig on stage. And so it's a really monumental place for me as well, because that was quite a few years ago. So the Empowered Woman Conference, November 1st to 3rd at Sun Peaks in the Sun Peaks Grand. Tickets right now are only $100 for the full weekend, Friday night till midday Sunday. The entire experience for only $100. You need to grab your ticket, okay? So if you know you're coming, and if you're watching this, I want you to let me know that you've already got your ticket, that you're so excited. Give me a little dancing girl emoji. You know this girl? You can't see my butt, but I'm doing this. Go ahead and comment in, post that in, let me know that I get to hug you in person at the Empowered Woman Conference. Nikki, you had a crazy few days. You're going to do a redo. A redo of the days, redo your week, redo today. Whatever do you mean, my love? Devin, I see that you're watching. Yay, I'm so glad you're here. Make sure you guys keep commenting in. It's way more fun when this is a conversation back and forth. So, 3 things. I'm going to share with you 3 things about how you can start to build this intentional wardrobe and really allow the things, like this stuff that you're wearing, to help to represent who you are, okay? So there's lots of ways that we can look at this. And one thing I'm not going to tap into today, but is a big component of life, is ethical shopping. So really understanding where your clothing is coming from, where your dollars are going, to what stores, what different stores do in terms of giving back to charities, where they purchase their clothing from, where clothing is made, etc. Making sure that we are aware of the ethical options we have when it comes to purchasing clothing. That's a big one, okay? This is something that I'm very aware of, but I know that I'm not the best at doing my own research. So if anybody is watching and that's a big piece of like your heart is fully in that, can we connect please? Because I would like to gain some of your wisdom so that I can be a more ethical consumer without doing the research, because I'm not a researcher. So just putting that out there. If you're watching, please send me a message. Let's have that conversation. Nikki, the conscious relationship workshop. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yes. So in the collective, go ahead, go back, enjoy it. It's actually a really super fun and powerful training. I even almost cried in one of the trainings. That's how intense it was. Taylor's here. Hi, honey. Who else is here watching with us? Go ahead and comment in and let me know. So number one, the first thing that you need to do. So in that example, I opened my closet door. I look at all of these beautiful pieces of clothing. A couple of them had tags on it. It's like, it's good stuff. And I went, ugh, I don't want it. I don't like it. That's not me. So what do we do when that happens? Well, the first thing, hi Shar, the first thing is to realize in order for you to welcome in new, we first have to let go. So there's this concept that I've used for years in my coaching called release to receive. It's about releasing energetically that which no longer serves you in order for you to receive what you're ready to welcome in. So in a tangible way, the way that we look at this is the clothing that I pick up and I'm like, ugh, I don't actually like that. That's what I gotta release. I gotta literally get rid of it. And for the record, some of the things that I chose to get rid of were beautiful and very like barely worn, because I liked them when I bought them, but I didn't like wearing them. So for example, I'm really about how things feel on my body. And I had some really cute shirts that were like super fitted and then like little like a little thing over here and all these kind of like trendier, fancier things that I would buy in a store thinking this is definitely how I'm gonna start transitioning the way that I show up in my clothing. And when I would put them on, I would feel stuck or like stagnant or itchy, or it just didn't feel good. And so I asked myself, is hanging on to this piece of clothing actually making my life better? Is this bringing me to a high vibrational state? The answer was no, it was not. Even though it was beautiful, even though it like I had maybe paid a bunch of money for it, it was not serving me. So I had to get prepared and ready to just let it go. And I did. And I'm going to tell you what I did with it. I took all the clothes. This is kind of like a Marie Kondo kind of thing. I took all the clothes and I asked myself how I felt when I looked at it. And actually, I did this before I even knew anything about Marie Kondo, so that's exciting. We're on page here. But I asked myself if it actually made me happy to think about wearing that item. If it didn't, then I put it in a box. I took the box to this incredible consignment store that we have in the town that I live in 100 Mile House, and they went through it and they probably took like half of the things and they decided to consign them. The rest I took to a thrift store where you can just drop things off and then they sell it for a couple dollars so that they're earning money for their nonprofit. So that's a win, right? I may have spent $60 on this shirt, but now I'm either going to consign it and maybe make like $10, $15, or I'm just going to gift it and give it away and know that someone is making money and that money is going somewhere of value and that is an ethical place to be, okay? So that's what I did. And it felt great because the things that I consigned, now when I go in the consignment store, I walk in, they're like, hey Dee, you've got like $50. I'm like, all right, sweet. So it's just free shopping. And shopping at the consignment store is super fun because other people have done the same thing that I did. Have beautiful items, sometimes with tags on them, that are so stunning and beautiful, but just didn't work for that person. So that's a really beautiful way for us to stop bringing new clothing into the world and start reusing that which just doesn't serve someone else, okay? So this is tip number one. The thing that you can do is to release to receive, clean out your closet. Now, I had this kind of fear that if I let go of all of those clothes, I'd have nothing to wear. Anybody else feel like that might be an issue? If you feel that, even when I'm talking about this, comment in below and let me know. It's kind of scary to think like, yeah, but if I let go of everything, what do I have? And isn't that like the opposite of actually having, I want a big selection. I want a lot to choose from, right? So Okay, so when we're taking our clothes out and we're releasing them, what happens energetically is we now create this beautiful energetic space. And when there's a space, energy is going to flow right on in there and fill that space. But the key thing here is we're starting to do, like, the things that we're bringing in, the actual physical, tangible pieces we're going to start bringing in are going to be from a more conscious, intentional place. And that's what's going to allow our closet to eventually represent who we are in our heart, in our soul, in our love, in the way that we express ourselves. Okay? Taylor says, yep, to Nikki. Nikki says, you should do a clothing swap at the conference. That's a super fun idea. My bridal shower, we actually did a clothing swap just as something to do. And it was so much fun. It was incredible. Roxanne, yes, especially as the weight goes down. Yeah, that's also another piece of this is when we fluctuate our body weight up and down, sometimes we feel like we need to hold on to extra pieces. I want you to truly ask yourself, is holding on to that specific piece, whether it's your skinny jeans or it's your fat dress or whatever you want to call it, is holding on to that piece of clothing actually serving your vibrational level? Do you feel energetically expanded when you think about that piece of clothing, or do you feel constricted and restricted? That's how I want you to look at that, okay? Devin, my clothes don't make me feel good, but I hold on to them because I feel I will have use for them, like doing chores, but 90% of my closet I don't wear because that time never comes. Good job, Devin. Who wants to do chores? But I get it. I have one pair of jeans that I hang on to as my like work jeans. I don't work in my jeans. I don't really do a lot of outdoor work per se. I have a beautiful husband who grew up in the Caribou and he likes to take care of all the outdoor stuff, which makes me super happy. So I had these jeans for so long. I was like, what's the point of me carrying these and holding on to them? I don't need them. It's not serving me, my life, the way that I'm showing up. Okay, so Taylor, the idea of evaluating how they make you feel. Yes, 100%. This is, now, you guys, we're coming at this from an energetic level, okay? So this is not necessarily about the clothes themselves. It's about how you feel in the clothing. That's all that matters here, okay? There's lots of different ways you can look at that. This is the way I'm bringing forward today. Devin, I do chores in nice clothes because I feel good in them, right? Yeah, I definitely cleaned the house in my Lulus the other day. Okay, so that was tip number 1, release to receive. Get rid of the things that don't make you feel good, even if they're super cute, even if you only wore them once, even if you think, well, maybe one day, if it doesn't make you feel good, get rid of it. And that's how you can find beautiful places to take them, like consignment stores or secondhand stores where someone is going to get use out of it. So, you know, the clothing is fulfilling its life purpose, you know? Okay. Number 2. I started doing this and it transformed the way I shop. So a little bit of background. I, my entire life, have prided myself on being cheap. I remember as a little kid going back to school shopping and my sister was like, I want to buy a pair of silver brand name jeans. And I thought, those are like $100. And I was a couple of years younger and I said, I'll just get whatever we can find at Walmart. Or like, I just want a pair of jeans. I don't care what they are. I just want a pair of jeans. And I remember at that time thinking like, I'm a better person because I don't care about the brand name or because I don't care about the price. I want it to be less. I want everything that I spend to be less money. And that's how I've lived my life for the majority of my life. So it was super fun when I was in university and had no money because I was super good at being cheap. I would manage to do whatever it was that I wanted on the least amount of money spent. There's a story of a friend of mine. I don't know if she's watching this, but Claire, if you end up watching this, you'll think this is hilarious. I used to say like, I would pride myself and tell her, she was my roommate, I would tell her that I was so happy because I only spent $1.50 that day. The whole day, all I spent was $1.50. And I went to Tim Hortons and I got myself a mocha. And I guess it was $1.50 at the time. But I remember she was like, that's like next to nothing. And I was like, yeah, I'm saving money. I'm not spending. I'm cheap. This is what I'm good at. And that was my identity for so long. So when I opened my closet and I look at all the clothes that I had, they were all super cheap. They were not reflective of who I felt I was. They were not reflective of what the value I brought to the world was. And they were the type of clothes too that you wear them a couple times and then, you know, like the seams twist this way or like the straps start to unravel or different things like that because they were cheap. And I realized that it just wasn't serving me. So And I was also doing some work of trying to just like open myself energetically to bring in more abundance through my business, through my life, just make sure that I just wanted to make more money. So what I did was I looked at my shopping. I realized I had just gotten rid of so much clothing from my closet. I now had this energetic space. How am I going to fill it? So instead of just doing what I would always do, walk into a store and look at price tag, price tag, price tag, price tag, price tag, price tag, that was the very first thing I ever looked at anytime I went shopping. I thought, well, maybe I could do something different. Maybe instead of looking at the price tag first, I'm going to look at the item first. I'm going to look at the sweater. I'm going to look at the shirt. I'm going to look at the pants. And I'm going to ask myself as I look at it without looking at the price tag, does this make me feel good? If it does, I'm going to take it to the change room. I'm going to try it on. So I did. Yeah, I definitely had some experiences of trying on like $300 pair of jeans that I loved and was like, well, I don't really want to spend $300 on jeans. So I didn't buy them. However, I started getting clear on what type of vibe I wanted to feel with my clothes. I started getting clear on how I wanted to feel in my body when it came to putting physical items on me. Okay? So I consider this energetic shopping rather than dollar shopping. So I'm focusing on the energy I feel from each item rather than how much it costs. Now, one of the things that I went through during this was like, well, Deanna, you can't just spend all your money on clothing. So if you're going to buy more expensive things, because sometimes the items I fell in love with were more expensive, you have to buy less, but feel so incredible about what you do buy. So that's what I started doing. I invested in a few pieces, like maybe a really nice dress or a beautiful jacket or like one or two kind of really beautiful shirts that could be worn in multiple different ways. I started getting staple pieces for my wardrobe. And I spent a little bit more on each piece because that just happened to be what I was drawn to and what energetically felt right. But I wasn't necessarily spending a lot more money because I was buying less things. The huge difference though was now I open my closet and I'm like, yep, yeah, that one. Ooh, I want to wear, maybe I'll wear that tomorrow. Oh, it's too cold to wear that, but I really want to. And I'm like literally jazzed about what's happening in my closet. It excites me every morning to choose what to wear. Literally. I didn't think that was actually possible. It is so much fun. Nikki, and those items last longer too. Yes. So generally they tend to be higher quality, which means they're going to last longer, which means I get more wear out of them. Plus I love wearing them, so I wear them more. It's just perfect. Taylor, yeah, girl, I love your style. Staple pieces for sure. Yeah, Taylor, you're so sweet. Taylor, I remember earlier this year, she was commenting on a few things that I had been wearing, and she's like, I feel like this is like the Deanna style. And I was like, oh, someone's observing my style. I like this. This feels good. So that's number 2. Shopping for the energetic sensation rather than the price tag, okay? Out of those 2 that I've shared so far, I want to know which one feels the most impactful for you. Is it the releasing what you already have in your closet to create that energetic space to receive? Or is it shifting to energetic shopping rather than price tag shopping? Comment in below and let me know which one feels the most like intriguing and inspiring to you. And then I'll give you the third in just a moment. We're going to have a quick smoothie break. Taylor says, it's like, here's my smorgasbord of clothing. Yeah. And knowing that you could do this with a restaurant, knowing that no matter what you order off the menu, you're going to love, that's a great place to make a decision from. And so the same thing with your clothing, knowing that no matter what you wear, you're going to feel great. That is a beautiful place to be, especially as a woman where we tend to be very insecure about our bodies on a regular basis. We might as well be wearing clothing that really feels true to us and represents how we feel and how we want to feel. Roxanne, so releasing is a big piece for you. Cool. Okay, I think you're going to have so much fun letting those pieces go and really allow yourself to feel that energy to that piece of clothing. And know that just by you letting go of it means someone else gets to scoop it up and like feel great in it. Because it's not the clothing that you don't jive with. It's just that the energy between the 2 doesn't work. But that doesn't mean it won't work for someone else. Okay? Devin, both, but really need to release. Okay, time to do a fall cleaning. Okay, awesome. Roxanne, I have so much as I get gifted clothes all the time. That's wonderful, Roxanne. I'm happy that you do. But same thing. Just because it's gifted to you doesn't mean you have to keep it. Okay? Taylor, energetic shopping sounds intriguing. Honing in on my style and vibe. Yeah, 100%. I highly recommend it. It's super fun. We kind of a little bit did that last night. Claudia, I try and go through my closet 2 times a year like the Marie Kondo deal, but I did this before she came out and popular. As time goes on, I definitely have been feeling better with letting go. I let my friends go through and they get excited. Friends do swap and I donate. Like you, I now think someone is going to love this amazing piece. Totally. This is where like we're all a collective together. We are all supporting each other, and just because a really cute blazer isn't working for me anymore doesn't mean it might be the one thing you've been seeking to complete your wardrobe, right? And so when we share, it's just such a beautiful experience. Thanks for sharing that, Claudia. Devin, replying to Roxanne, I feel this. It's hard when someone has gotten it for you. Yeah, and you guys, I did this too with outside of clothing. I did it with objects. People had given me gifts. I felt I had received energetically what I needed to from that gift, and I allowed myself to let go and release it. Practicing non-attachment, super foundational yoga technique or concept, I suppose. Really powerful, not so easy to do, really powerful when you start getting it. Okay, I'm finally gonna take a sip now. Just give me a minute. Just give me a second here. Also, before I go into number 3, the reason I wanted to do this today is because I got myself some new jeans and a new shirt and I'm feeling real good about it. You like what I got? Like what I got going on? You like a little bit of that? I bought these jeans and I bought this shirt. This shirt, you can't tell, but it is the softest shirt ever. And I tend to not wear t-shirts. I don't really like it because sometimes if I get a little sweaty, I can like feel it and I don't like that. But I have been craving a couple more just like beautiful t-shirts that I feel good in, that I want to wear around the house kind of. And it's so funny, but my husband has always told me that one of his favorite things is when I just straight up wear jeans and a t-shirt, which I basically never do. So I was like, well, this is something that I want for myself and I know he's going to appreciate it as well. So I'm going to get this. And I don't know if you can read it, but it says, live by the sun, love by the moon. And tonight is a full moon. So I thought it'd be a perfect shirt to wear for today. Okay. We're going to come into number 3. Dun, da, 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 da. Yay. Okay. Now, Taylor, you and I actually talked about this last night when we were shopping together. It was super fun. Just because something fits or you like it doesn't mean you have to buy it. I'm asking you a question. Just because something fits you really well and you like it, do you need to buy it? What do you think? I'm really curious to know your thoughts because it definitely can go both ways. Go ahead and comment in and then I'll share my thoughts on it. Excuse me. This was something that I had to really teach myself in this past year and a half or so, that I've really been like restructuring my entire wardrobe, because when you feel an energetic connection to something, a piece of clothing, when you try it on and it fits well, sometimes you feel like you have to buy it because it seems to check all the boxes. But I'm going to tell you right now, you do not need to buy it. Just because something fits and something feels good and you feel connected to it doesn't mean you're supposed to own it. You got to tap deeper into your own heart and your own energetic vibration to find out whether or not this piece needs to stay with you. And sometimes we just don't want to spend more money on clothes, and that's fine. You can still go and try things on and get more clear on what your energetic vibration is and what you're jiving with. You can still have that fun without actually following through and buying things, because we're practicing non-attachment, right? So sometimes, yeah, we buy the things and it feels good. You put it in your closet. It's great. Sometimes we try it on, we feel great. Maybe we take a cute little Instagram photo. We put it on the internet. We save that for lifetimes. And then we just let it go and we release. So I just really wanted this to be a key component that I brought forward today, because if you are following the first 2, you're releasing things from your closet and then you're energetically connecting to clothing. I don't want you in the next month to go out and spend thousands of dollars on clothing because Deanna said that you need to energetically connect with it. That's not the case. You don't have to buy everything. It's about getting clear on what you feel connected to and then asking yourself, is this something that I truly want to bring into my life? And if you have a shopping problem, if you are like a little bit of that addiction where like, yeah, but I need it, yeah, but I need it, yeah, but I need it. Let's talk, because we can work on that concept of non-attachment together through some coaching. It's really important that we learn to just be okay without specific clothing. Be okay without consuming products all the time. Be okay without anything else to represent us except for our heart. Now, if that's not a problem for you, then have fun. Then go out, go shopping, do the fun things, try stuff on, try on your friends' clothes, have a really enjoyable experience with it. And then get to the point that when you open your closet, you're feeling so fulfilled by what you see, not because you have everything possible, but because everything you have makes you feel possible. Ooh. What did I say? Not because you have everything possible, but because everything you have makes you feel possible. I really like that. I've been coming up with some good quotes lately. So, those are 3. That third one is just because it fits or you feel connected to it, do you truly need it or want it? That's kind of it's a question aspect. So out of those 3 things, which one are you going to do today? Are you going to do one today? I hope you do. Even if you just get rid of one piece, or even if you just start. Like, I literally have a Tupperware bin in my closet underneath my hanging clothes, and whenever I pick something up and I'm like, I don't want to wear that, in the Tupperware it goes. And I'll just keep it down there until I'm ready, until maybe I have like 10, 15 items, and then I'll set up an appointment and go to the consignment shop. This is how simple and easy it can be. Yeah? Okay. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. I'd love for you to comment in and tell me what's something you're taking away, what's something that like you haven't thought of it like that before, something that feels good about this conversation that you're going to take away from today's Friday morning show. Comment in, let me know. Especially if you're watching the replay, I want to know as well. Taylor, I feel like I have a bunch of other questions I ask myself. Will I wear it again? Totally. Like, for me, I have this, there's a part of me that really wants to be trendy, but I'm not. I'm not really a trendy person. I remember in my marketing program years ago when I was in university, they talked about like the outliers and the trendsetters and stuff. And there's the people who are like on new trends immediately. Then there's the people who after like maybe a couple months of noticing a trend start to hop on. And then there's the people that don't even know that there's new trends. I'm the one in the middle. So if I were to purchase everything that feels super trendy to me, then my closet is not going to be representative of myself and how I want to show up in 6 months' time, because trendy clothes pass. That's why I started moving into statement pieces and staple pieces, because those are going to represent who I am and how I feel and how I want to show up and look for a longer period of time. So I'm getting so much more out of those purchases. Taylor, pretty much a home run topic. Awesome. That is super fun. Devin, I've never thought of energetically connecting clothes. How does it feel? Do I really need this? Love it. Yeah, it's super fun. So we're talking about clothes because Taylor and I went shopping last night and I'm wearing new clothes, and that's kind of where this came from. But this is what I do with everything. This is what I do with whether or not I want to buy new furniture for my house. This is what I do when I ask myself what I want to eat for the day. This is what I do when I literally went to a coffee shop the other day and I almost sat in a chair to sit down, open my laptop and do some work. And then energetically I was like, nope, not the right spot. And I picked up my stuff and I went somewhere else. Now to some people, they're not okay with that because that's weird. Why would you do that? I say, who cares? I want to connect energetically to every single thing that I do and experience in my life. So I do. And you can too if you want to. It's possible. It's so simple. It just takes a little bit of commitment. Claudia, I struggle with weight flux, and so I literally have 2 wardrobe depending on my weight. This is why I need to let go. Totally. And Claudia, with that, like I had mentioned before, I would say it's okay to have clothes of 2 different sizes. That's fine. 100%, because sometimes our weight does fluctuate. However, really tap into how things make you feel. Okay, really let that be your core foundational aspect of how you're looking at this, and see how that's going to impact what clothing you choose to keep and what clothing you choose to let go of. Okay, one thing that just came through when I was releasing my clothing, I remember thinking, but what if I don't have any money down the road to buy more clothes? What if I get rid of everything and then I find things that I want and I'm broke and I don't have any money? That's a lack mentality. That's believing that there is no abundance flowing into me. That's believing that I'm not going to be able to bring in the money that I need in my life. That's looking at the world as though there's not enough. That in itself is a way bigger topic and is something that we can absolutely work on through one-to-one coaching. and it's not healthy. And a lot of us live in that lack mentality. So if that's the case, I want you to get clear and true with yourself. If that is, reach out, let's have a session together and see about coming into a coaching program together, because that's a much bigger aspect of your internal landscape, and it's probably impacting you in a lot of different ways in your life where you're not receiving the abundance, the love, the joy, the compassion, the respect that you desire because of the way you're looking at things. Okay? So it's kind of a side piece, but keep that in mind. I know that's going to speak to at least one of you. Roxanne says, purge some stuff. Yeah, I like that. Simple. Purge some stuff. Takeaway is the energetic expansion. It's a great way to think of it as make you happy. Doesn't always work for me. Clothes I wear around my kids don't make me happy, but they do make me feel expanded, if that makes sense. Yeah, totally. Sometimes we gotta wear like some grubs. We gotta wear some clothes around the house, especially if your kids are gonna be spilling food and snotting on it and like getting it dirty. That's fine, but it's about how do you feel in that clothing. It doesn't matter what it looks like, it's about how you feel. Because if you feel good, you look better. It just happens energetically. You just start to glow. You just have this like, yeah, I got this. So yeah, I hear you. I'm with you. Nikki, I have so many cute clothes that don't fit and only have one pair of pants and one pair of shorts that fit. I just need to walk my weight off to get into my fave clothes. Yeah, and so again, this is with that weight fluctuating back and forth. Something that you can really consider here is by holding on to these clothing, or this clothing, this clothing, I don't know, English language. By holding on to it, how does that make you feel energetically? If it makes you feel really like, oh, like I can't wear them, they're too small, this is so frustrating, then one thing you can do in the short term is take those clothes, put them out of sight and a little bit out of reach. I know you don't have a lot of space right now, but surely there's somewhere you could put like one little box of things somewhere so that you don't look at them daily. Because if you look at something every single day and go, oh, I wish, what kind of energetic vibration is that creating in your body? Not very good. So if there's something that's triggering you like that every single day, I want you to remove it from sight. If you're not ready to fully let go of it from your life, that's okay, but at least take it out of your sight so that you can keep your energetic vibration expansive as opposed to constantly feeling contractive, okay? Okay, that's it for today's Friday morning show. I'm so happy that you joined me. This is so much fun. I'm literally excited already for next Friday. I don't know what the topic is going to be. If you have ideas, I want you to comment in and say next week's topic. And comment in what you think the topic should be, because I'm down for talking about anything. If you want some more support, if you want to explore what it would be like to have me in your corner supporting you every single day through a one-to-one coaching program, head to deannadeacon.com/thegoddessexperience. I think there's a little hyphen in between the and goddess and experience. But go check that out. That's my one-to-one program. I have one more spot for the rest of the year. That's it. One more. And it's a 3-month program. It's incredible. It's life-changing. You will love it. Go check it out at deannadeacon.com. I love you so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Happy Friday.